There are so many great tracks on the American Le Mans schedule that entice the drivers, but perhaps none quickens the pulse quite like the prospect of racing at Mosport International Raceway. Welcome, everybody, to the 9th round of the American Le Mans Series, the Grand Prix of Mosport.
Here's an opinion. I think Audi are going to win this one. They do have reasons to be cheerful. Here they have two 07 cars that have been flown in separately, especially I should say from Germany, and they've only run 06 cars here before, and the new cars are a little bit quicker. Think about their power. This is the second fastest track on the ALMS schedule. They do have power and torque, and that gave them pole position. And look at it historically. Penske Porsche have never done well here, so I'm going for Audi. I expect Brian disagrees.
Well, that's right, Andrew. I'll give you that the Penske Porsches won at Road America with a little good fortune, but here that lightweight P2 car is going to be flying in the transitions between turn 1 and turn 5. That lightweight is going to help in the braking zone as well, and with tire wear. And you talk about lightweight tires and wheel combinations, that's going to help the crew on pit stops as opposed to those heavier tires and wheels on the P1 car. This race could very easily be won and lost on pit stops. My money, right here on yellow.
I'm Dino Capello from Santo Stefano Belvo, Piemonte, Italy.
Alan McNish from Dumfries in Scotland.
Hello, I'm Romain Dumas. I am from ALMS in south of France.
Hi, I'm Timo Bernhard. I'm born in Hamburg, Germany.
Hi, I'm Oliver Gavin from Yardley Hastings, England.
I'm Olivier Beretta from Monaco, Monte Carlo.
Hi, I'm Mika Salo from Helsinki, Finland, currently living in Monaco.
I'm Jaime Melo from Brazil.
And there's the green, and it went kind of early, and look at the move. Pirro immediately goes to protect, and that is exactly right, and a great start for the Andretti green car.
Franchitti there again doing a dynamite start, and he split the two Penske Porsches, but meanwhile, the two Audis out front.
Over the rise and down into 2, the exit speeds there, huge. Bit of a breathe into 3, and a brilliant start by, Franchitti splitting those two Penske Porsches. Boy, that's a great start. That car has been fast all weekend long.
It has, but look at Franchitti. He's starting to put the pressure there on Romain Dumas, who's the driver of the number 7. Meanwhile, the two Audis look like Pirro was going to jump Capello, but he got back on the gas pedal. Capello out front looking for his 4th victory here at Mosport.
Here we're going to hop on board and check out what's going on at GT2. Mika Salo is in the lead in the number 62 Risi Ferrari, and he's got his teammate Hillary right behind him. And then it's the first of the Porsches, and it's Hensler in the number 71 Tafel engine. But here is Salo, and again, making that long run up the straight here. And boy, Hensler is staying right there. He got in front of the Peterson White Lightning Ferrari.
Hensler's had a great start here. He's got around Dirk Müller, who's the driver in the 31 machine, the White Lightning car. So this is what they need. Now he puts the pressure on. Looks to the inside of the Ferrari. Not enough top speed, though.
Brian, we've had a big off. Trying to look at what corner that might be in. Got into the tires, obviously, and a very, very tough hit.
That's the number 19 machine. Adam Pecorari, he won a race here today. Some sort of failure there at the left rear corner. It may be a tire going down, but we saw some bodywork rub. We talk about the speeds there. Prototypes run about 140 miles an hour through that corner, and the good news is the young lad is now climbing out unscathed, it looks like, physically.
And we continue under a full course caution here for the incidents, and we are on board with the number 62 and Calvin. They just did a pit stop, and the reason is because they got a gift.
They really did. One of the problems when you're running 4 classes all together is the overall position of the leader certainly has an influence. Let me explain this to you. What we had was the 62 car was right there. Then we had the leader of the race, the number 1 car right there, followed by the 61, and then the 71. These are all GT2 cars. So the leader is split the pack. Then we went yellow. Immediately what happens is the pace car then comes out right here to pick up the leader. This allows Mika Salo to go all the way around to the back of the pack. Essentially he had a lap, almost a lap on everyone else. They made that pit stop as a freebie. He's full of fuel. He's got fresh tires, and he has 3/4 of a lap lead on the rest of the GT2 field.
And right now we are going back to green, and Capello on the hammer. Pirro right behind him. Then they have the lap car, but Dumas wasted no time ducking around the Ferrari and is now going to see if he can come after him hard. Then there is Marino Franchitti, and that black and blue Red Green Racing XM satellite car has gone around as well. So let's go take a look at what's going on in GT2. And got some interesting developments here. There's a good look at the number 31 Peterson White Lightning Porsche of Dirk Miller, and he is in the third spot. Second, however, is Hensler right in front of him, who was able to get around. Then Ellery in the separate racing car, and still running very impressively is the Panos problem.
These guys just keep concentrating backwards and forwards. Some of it traffic, and some of it just different strengths in different areas of the racetrack. You on the inside!
Let's see. Oh, they touched! Just a little tick, and Oberlin almost got caught out. He swung to the inside, sensing opportunity to get Hensler. And for him, the lucky thing was if he hadn't done that, I think Bergmeister would have got Oberlin. Unbelievable racing in GT2. So right there, Hensler goes from second to fourth as Pirro is bringing the second place overall in P1 Audi in.
Fuel is in, tires going on right now. Now we talked about the length of time for pit stops. This car a little bit longer wheelbase, maybe a half a second longer to get to the rear tire to change it, but guess what, guys? That's still a half a second that the other cars are going over 100 miles an hour around Mosport.
We're on board with Stefan Johansson, the number 9, Forbes Highcroft Acura, and he's gotten by Maassen, who's able to make it, and traffic played a role.
It does. There's Billy Oberlin there coming through turn 2. Which way do I go? Just stay in the middle, Bill.
I think Bill might have been doing a Harry Carey impression. Holy cow! Oh, the number 4, Ollie Gavin, is off.
Coming down into turn 3, and there is John Field down the inside, makes a commitment to the inside, hops over the curbs, hits the side of Ollie Gavin, and takes him out of the GT1 lead.
Pressure, there's the car in front, the traffic, not the pressure.
Communication seemed to be that Dindo thought maybe he had gone one lap too long.
The box this map and watch the pit-in line. Be careful of the pit-in line.
Initial thought from the team was Dindo was saying we've gone one lap too long on fuel. He was saying we've gone one lap too long. We've got all this traffic. This has cost us time. We should have pitted earlier.
Capello brings the car in. We'll time how long it's going to take the fuel for this Audi diesel power plant as McNish goes in. Driver change can be done while they're fueling. Remember, tire changing cannot. Obviously, if they're going to take a driver, it will take 4 new tires right now. That diesel fuel still flowing in. The driver change going on.
You're right on board with Stefan Johansson. While we were away, an incident in turn 2, and you can see, Calvin, some pretty significant damage to that car. Pits are closed as we are now under a full course caution.
There we see on board with Stefan. This is turn 2. There's Dominic Farnbacher on the inside. And this is what we've been watching all day long. It's really close there with these high downforce prototype machines attempting to make this move around the outside. Here he is. Stefan commits to the outside. He really, oh, Dominic had already got loose there. Maybe he tried to pinch it, seeing Stefan make the move around the outside. He got loose and tagged into Stefan Johansson.
Yeah, both Penske cars are in, and they will affect driver changes right now, and it's a great thing that the pits did open, because I'm telling you, the fuel lights were on both of these Porsche RS Spyders. Right now, the number 6 driver change being done. Ryan Briscoe taking over from Sasha Maassen, and then back in the 7 car, Romain Dumas getting out, Timo Bernhard getting in. Remember, Sasha Maassen won this race with Lucas Luhr last year in the P2 category.
These boys really didn't get any favors here. Yes, they're stopping later. They're going to have a full tank full of fuel, but with this series and the pit lane being closed, it really hurts you if you're about to come in, because it stacks the whole pack back up. They would have had about a 30-40 second gap on the rest of the field, maybe more, to be able to do their pit stop under green and get back out. Here, the whole field was stacked up behind the pace car. This was a disadvantage for the Penske boys. Both Audis are in. They were obviously too tight to make it on one more stop. Brian, they're both in.
Right now, the driver change continuing in the number 2 car. Berger strapped in.
Okay, you're clear to go. You're clear to go.
A little bit of confusion here as we try and figure out, and Berger was given the okay to go, and now, oh boy, this was crucial. They've stopped him at the end of pit lane here. So this could be, and now he gets the all clear, so I'm not quite sure what that was all about. Normally when they'll stop you, that means that the pace car has gone by. So maybe McNish caught a break compared to the 2 machine right there.
The 45, Bergmeister got out, and Van Overbeek is in, but they're sitting in the penalty box. Boy, this is a long hold here.
It is. We're trying to determine what exactly the penalty is for. We understand there may have been an issue during the caution where he may have passed the overall leader of the race as the leader was getting picked up by the pace car. So they're trying to correct this, because essentially he could have gained a lap, essentially.
And here we go, back to green at Mosport, and watch for McNish. He got around Fernandez, and in the lead, Bernard. Here we go.
One guy who really got caught out with this was Marco Werner. He's second in line of the two Audis right now, but he is a lap down on Alan McNish. We saw that red flag. Essentially, Alan dipped out before the pace car came around. Werner was kept in pit lane. Look at the speed differential. Probably 10, 12 miles an hour there down the straightaway.
Boy, and McNish almost was able to sneak underneath there as well.
It was close, but here is where that P2 car will be good through these fast corners.
And this is the 12 Jean Richard entry. It's a 2-lap penalty for Chris McMurray.
I think they called it for 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
When it was closed, when he left the pits, when exit was closed.
Oh, great. So I get to go up.
Long penalty. Meanwhile, now as we're watching from Briscoe, let's see McNish underneath picks the spot up. So McNish has gone by.
That was for the overall lead. This is Marco Werner. He's almost a lap down to the leaders, but right behind him, that next car is Alan McNish. He just took the overall lead from the Penske Porsche of Timo Bernard.
Onto the front straight. Here he comes. McNish scoring now. Cycles. McNish leads and Bernard second. Briscoe third. Overall, Fernandez fourth overall. And right on board with Alan McNish, and he ducks underneath Werner. And I'm not sure. I think Werner may have let him go because I think at this stage, Calvin, McNish is on a mission to open up some margin.
Here we see problems there for Fernandez. Damage to that dive plane. That will take downforce away.
That came off of the 12 car. Watch it here. It looks like he just takes him, Cal.
He does. Very close quarters there coming through turn 9. Took the winglet away, so maybe he didn't lose a dive plane. Maybe he added one.
Yeah, he's got more downforce. McNish is in.
Fuel still going in. Crew waiting considerably longer to get the fuel in. He's out. That was 23.2 seconds worth of fuel. Now the tires going on. Left side tires only. McNish away. 30.2 seconds on the entire stop. Left side tires only on the number 1 Audi.
Now in the GT2 category, you're riding on board with the race leader in GT2. Now Jamie Mello behind the wheel of the Risi Ferrari, number 62. And of course, by virtue of all the developments and that early yellow and the like, that car has a nice lead of a lap plus at this stage. The team car, the number 61, now in the hands of Jimmy Bruni, is now in second space. Here's the 61 car, and Bruni suffering a little bit earlier in the weekend, and it's been a tough go for him, but he said he felt a lot better here on race day, and what a time for him to come to.
Well, he's had some stomach problems, so he's not only been fast on the racetrack, but he came into the pits, he's pretty fast to get into the restroom as well.
We are on board with the leader, Alan McNish, as the number 7 has made its stop. Here is the stop.
Tires, Timo. New tires.
They've already decided they're not going to be able to keep the lead. Here's McNish, meanwhile. He's now taken the lead as the Penske sits on pit road. There it is. So the fueling was just done there. Now they're going to tires. So even if they didn't take tires, they wouldn't have kept the lead. Hear them say, Timo, we can do it. The key is now is the class battle. Can he beat Ryan Briscoe out here?
And he has reeled in Brian Herta, that black and blue XM Satellite Acura. This is for position.
3, must be ready.
Well, this is tight. This is tough. Look at Ryan Briscoe coming.
Oh, it's a squeeze play. They may have touched now. That is going to give Herta the outside, and it worked. And the Porsche's got bottle line. The Ferrari, he's going to force his way through. Bernhard does so. Now Briscoe's going to follow suit. But for Calvin, it looked like Herta was going to lose the spot. Instead, he ended up getting a lot of ground out of that.
Rear tire. Left rear tire only.
You hear the radio from the crew here at Penske Racing. Hit this lap for Ryan Briscoe. That drama out there, all that wheel-to-wheel racing has created a problem. They think they've cut down on a left rear tire. They obviously are seeing it on the telemetry. You don't want a left rear going down around this place, especially through those high-speed right-hand corners. They'll bring him in. They'll change that left rear.
Left rear tire only.
That will cost him dearly.
You ride on board again with Alan McNish in the Audi R10 TDI, number 1 leading overall here at the Grand Prix of Mosport. Timo Bernhard in the Penske Porsche is second overall, leading in P2, but the margin some 26 plus seconds last time by. Now 25 and a half as Bernhard got a little quicker lap in. McNish caught in some traffic, but the other number that's the magic one is the one up on top of the screen. 17 and a half minutes to go, 26 seconds.
Let's check in with the Audi North America squad. Indeed, a shifting problem right now for Alan McNish. So it's going going to have to try to nurse this thing to the end, but he can't nurse it too much because obviously he's got a bunch of guys breathing down his neck. So what started out as a great day, they're hoping can end up as one, but right now they're chasing problems and trying to hold on.
And we are in the midst of huge drama here. McNish had just apparently figured things out. It turned to 109. Then we heard a radio call in break that it's stuck in gear. It's stuck in fourth gear. He has just turned to 114. And you can see the crew very concerned about what's going on.
This is where he has the problems, Greg, coming off this corner. Doesn't seem that he can accelerate. Here we go. Timo Bernard just blows right by him. This is going to be for the win. Unbelievable. Audi. The drought continues unless something dramatic happens here in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
We're on board with Briscoe, and that is McNish right in front of him.
Seems like once he gets a little bit of speed going, that torque kicks in off the corner. He's obviously stuck in a middle gear, third or fourth gear, I'd imagine, for Alan McNish.
I remember when Bernard made the stop, he listened in on the radio. That's not what McNish needs. He needs to carry speed, and so close. But he was able to get through. But look at McNish come back, not giving up. When he gets back in the power band and all that torque, he's able to do something with it at that point.
That's tight.
Now, being very careful, and this is where it's going to kill him.
This is where the team, Penske needs to tell Briscoe about that, because he's going to run right up the back of
Lap P, we got to save some fuel.
Yeah, he thought he was braking. I'm surprised that the Penske team did not tell him. And now Alan McNish comes back because the Penske team knows that Alan McNish is slow off that corner.
Yeah, so McNish, but here you go again. He just can't get the drive off the turn. There's the report, 2 more laps, and there goes Briscoe. And this time enough to run.
This will be their 5th class victory. And an amazing... Oh, Devlin's off course. Guy Smith, this is going to be for position. Guy Smith all over the gearbox of Ben Devlin.
Devlin trying to hang on. This is for 4th class. And I was wondering, Fernandez in the mix. Coming up, taking a run now. Couldn't get it done. And for Devlin, the good news is Bernard went by, so the checker will come out, and he won't have to deal with Smith and Fernandez for 1 point left.
That's a great point. Because he did look like the Dyson car was getting tagged there by Fernandez in the last corner. Very close.
Good time. Attaboy.
Listen to the kudos, the checker out. Devlin ends up with a 4th in P2 after actually leading the class for a while. But Bernard wins it overall. McNish in P1, O'Connell in GT1, and Mello in the Ferrari in GT2.
Spectacular job today. I know luck played a part of it, but you guys were awesome in traffic. How intense was the traffic out there, Timo?
Oh, it was so hard at the end. I mean, normally we planned that he goes back in the car. So when they say pit now, I thought I had a relief, but no, I had to stay in the car. And it was very hard in the traffic. This is a high-speed circuit, so it's very physical and mentally, and also due to the traffic. And you know, normally we said we don't overtake on the outside, but you had to, otherwise we couldn't stay in front. And I'm very happy for Porsche, Penske, the RS Spider was perfect.
Motor racing could be a cruel business.
Yeah, obviously today the race was in our pocket with about 10 minutes to go, and had a problem with the gear shift. Don't know why, don't know what.
You just can't win one this year.
No, we've won 2 this year. The big one, Sebring, and then we won St. Pete's. Don't worry, there's 3 races to go. We'll come back.
Johnny O'Connell takes his record 5th victory at Mosport. Great job, Johnny. But to do it with Jan Magnussen, I know is special. How special would it have been to do it with Ron Fellows?
Well, you know, first off, hi to Kanan and Kelly. You know, we had some showing off to do today, and you know what? Ron and I had so many great victories here. Jan and I had a victory here together in prototype, so. You know, I gotta apply for dual citizenship or something, because man, we have amazing luck here at Mosport, and you know, we've had rotten luck, and man, the guys on the 3 car, Dan Binks, the whole crew, man, they never give up, and so you know, this one's really for them.
Yeah, that was a great run for you guys. You led from flag to flag.
Yeah, it's a great winner, and for us it's very good because we are in front of the championship, and we can be a little bit careful in the next 3 races. And I need just to say thank you for all the guys and Racing Competition. They did a great job.